Welcome, everyone. Today, we're not just talking about leadership theory. We're really digging into how you build a culture by design. And that means we're focusing on something powerful, systems over slogans.
And hey, this is actually a special edition of our explainer. Why? Because we're giving you a sneak peek into a brand new 4-part playbook series that's going to challenge a lot of the leadership advice you've heard before. We'll also be tackling some of the great questions you've sent in this week.
So let's just jump right in with a pretty bold question. What if all those inspirational posters, those motivational catchphrases, what if they're actually a trap? You've seen it, right? Leadership slogans that sound amazing but do absolutely nothing to drive real results. That's the slogan trap we're talking about.
But if slogans are the trap, then what's the way out? Well, the answer is in this new playbook series. It's designed to give you a real blueprint for cultural transformation, getting you way beyond the buzzwords.
The series is called Culture by Design, Power by Discipline. And that title says it all. Its whole purpose is to give you a repeatable, operational guide for engineering the culture you want. It's all about closing that gap between what we say we want and what our organization actually does day in and day out. And here's the rollout plan. Volume 1 is set to drop on November 26, 2025. Then you've got 3 more volumes coming throughout 2026. This whole thing is designed to give you this steady stream of insights you can actually put to work, quarter after quarter.
And as each one comes out, you'll be able to find the entire series right on Amazon. Or you can always head over to our website for even more details and resources.
Now, before we get into the 5 big rules from the playbook, I just have to pause for a second and say thank you. A huge thank you. We have listeners in over 40 countries now, and that's just incredible. Your support seriously means the world to us.
But here's something really interesting. You see this chart? We have this amazing global audience, which is fantastic, but less than a quarter of you are actually subscribed. So there's a huge opportunity here.
So I'm going to ask you for a huge favor. If you're getting any value out of these explainers, please just take 1 second and hit that subscribe or follow button. It's totally free, and it makes a massive difference with the streaming algorithms. It helps us keep bringing you these best-in-class insights and helps us get to our goal of 10,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for that.
All right, let's get into the heart of the playbook. We're going to walk through 5 rules that are all about replacing those cynical political office games with disciplined, high-performing systems. This is really where we shift from empty slogans to solid structure.
Okay, rule number 1, shaping behavior. The old political tactic is to give a big motivational speech and then try to manage how everything looks. But the system solution, it's way more powerful. You literally engineer the behaviors you want with a structured management operating system, or an MOS. Think of it as the actual architecture of your culture, built on daily routines and visible metrics.
Now, let's build on that with Rule 2, managing up. You've probably heard the old political rule, never outshine the master. Don't make your boss look bad. Well, the systems approach completely flips this on its head. Instead of downplaying your skills, you use them to make your boss's vision a reality. You're the one building the KPI dashboards that bring their strategy to life. And this quote just nails it. You don't outshine the master when you turn their vision into a system of excellence. They shine through your execution. See? It's not about you outshining them. It's about your excellent execution making them shine. It turns a potential conflict into a huge win for everybody. So what about Rule 3, getting honest feedback? The cynical view is that you need to listen to your enemies to get the real truth, because your friends won't tell you. A good system makes that idea totally ridiculous. When you have systems for structured problem solving, truth just becomes the standard. It's not dependent on who you like or don't like.
And that leads right into Rule 4. In a toxic culture, you might feel like you have to hide what you're doing so nobody sabotages you. But here's the thing. Secrecy is just a symptom of a broken system. When you have clear, transparent goals and everyone knows their role, there's nothing to hide. The trust is baked right into the process itself.
And finally, Rule 5 completely reframes reputation. The political way is to guard it, to constantly manage perception. The systems way sees reputation as something completely different. It's not something you defend, it's something you build, naturally as a byproduct of your daily, disciplined work. It's simply the output of a reliable system.
I love this quote because it makes it so real. Reputation doesn't live in the press release. It lives in your Tier 1 board, your 6 card, and your 10-minute huddle. A company's real reputation isn't crafted in some marketing meeting.
It's forged every single day, on the front lines, in those daily huddles. It's just the sum of all your discipline habits.
So who can actually put this blueprint to work? And who's the architect behind it all? Let's take a quick look. Honestly, the principles in this playbook can be used almost anywhere. They have deep roots in operations, for sure, but they apply across the board. Manufacturing, healthcare, tech companies trying to scale, even government agencies. Basically, if your organization depends on people and processes to get stuff done, this is for you.
And the architect behind this series? That's Lenier Johnson. He brings over 30 years of real-world, in-the-trenches experience. We're talking deep operational expertise, engineering, an MBA, plus proven leadership in really complex Fortune 500 and turnaround situations. He's not just a theorist. He's an advisor who has actually designed and led these transformations himself.
And everything we've talked about today really complements his previous playbook, Shift Happens. And of course, this new series we've been diving into, kicking off with Culture by Design, Power by Discipline, Volume 1.
If you want to dive even deeper, you can find a ton more information at karaswinnovations.com. And you should definitely check out the 2 globally streamed podcasts, The Systems Thinkers Show and The Continuous Improvement Lab, for more great insights. And that really brings us to the final critical question that I want to leave you with. Take a hard look at your team, your department, your entire company, and ask yourself honestly, are you leading by a disciplined system, or are you just managing by slogan? Answering that is the very first step. And a very special thanks to our executive producer and founder, Lenier Johnson. Thanks so much for tuning in.